get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, this is Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I hope y'all having a good night tonight. When you come into this video, y'all know the drill. Hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I am on the road to 1,500 subscribers. Right now, I am at 1,499. So I only need one more, but please, I need way more than that one. Just push me over the top. I got my boy Duvall here. How you doing, Duvall?
I'm doing all right. Another night, another drama set situation.
Hey man, I was all on the Twitter, what formerly known as Twitter, called X, and some things been blowing up on the X. They say they got a storm brewing in Seattle. They got a storm brewing. What you think?
They always rain in Washington, so you know what I'm saying. I don't be surprised. So I know Washington rains a lot. 30 days, 30 nights.
Hey, they look. I look. Maybe that's why they drew, or maybe it has something to do with they came to Seattle for a ring, and the ring is looking. Look, I gotta get my little country voice. That ring is looking very far off in the distance, Duvall. Looking far, far, far away. So that
So
might have something to do with the way they be acting.
yeah, man. And just Starbucks coffee that's up there, that's brewing. It's also drama.
It's also drama. We're gonna get into it. Hey, let me pull us over. What you want me to show first of all? Now you know the leader of that team is Skylar. Okay.
You
It's
gotta get a context. What's going on?
look, the leader of those teams is Nneka and Skylar Diggins, but for the last two seasons, we've seen stars leave, we've seen not so much stars and bench players leave. Jewel Lord left. Say she didn't like the way things were going on in the locker room. They had locker room issues. She even pretty much called the league on what was going on in Seattle. They did an investigation. They say they found nothing. Then you had Lee Rue was traded there. She asked to be out. She said she wanted more playing time. Very nice. Alicia Clark is the latest trade request. We finding out that she requested a trade, but we also finding out that it was due to some verbal altercations in the locker room.
Yep.
And she also said it kind of what Jewel Law was saying was kind of the truth. She said it was left unchecked by the coaches. Hold on, before we get into videos, I'm gonna bring up what this reporter was reporting,
Yes.
because he's the source. It says, guys, on the screen, verbal altercations with teammates led to Alicia Clark's trade request. Multiple league sources confirm to Off the Record W. Sources tell Off the Record that Seattle's coaching staff did little to nothing to stop it. What you think, Duvall?
First thing first, that's why. And the coach named Quinn.
Yep. Noel
She
Quinn.
she gonna get her ass fired because you letting the inmates run the asylum too many times. They
Mhm.
said when something happened once, it's a coincidence. When something happened twice, it's a thing.
Mhm.
And according to these Twitter streets, Skylar Diggins always in the middle of something.
Mhm.
Skylar Diggins. And you know what they say? They say she always in the middle of something. And you know what? I believe it. And you know why
Uh-huh.
I believe it? I'm gonna tell you why I believe it. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you why I believe Skylar Diggins always in the middle of something. Because Skylar Diggins is like Chris Paul's brother, and Bro Clyde is like her daddy. All crash shots. They crash the hell out for no reason. They crash out just the sake of crashing out. They crash out because they don't take their medication. They crash out because they be on that drama. They be on that good stuff. They just crash shot for no reason. That's why they all family. Bro Clark, the daddy, Chris Paul, the brother, Skylar Diggins, the sister. They all one big happy family. You know how I know that? Show
Huh.
Skylar Diggins. Show how she be crashing out. Show how she just loses her goddamn mind. And she do this stuff on the court and she do it to teammates. I just
Now,
don't understand this.
now you know Bro Claw gonna slap you around, right?
That's why he King Crash Out. That's why that's her daughter. That's why that's his daughter. Because like I say, he always want to go to the extreme edge instead of talking calmly and try to talk out stuff. See, Skylar, she just can't help herself. See, Exhibit A.
Hold on. Keep cooking, and then I'll play it.
Let's pull the Exhibit A right here. She can't help herself. Look at that.
Hold on. Let me play it for the listening public.
Diggins has it, and the frustration foul by Bria Hartley. No reason for that at all.
Yeah, Nick and Gabby Williams holding back Sky Diggins, which I don't think that would be the case, but I think the one thing for the officials, we saw this in the Indiana game against Connecticut when there was a foul, there was some bumping after the play.
Hey, she not standing down to no one, Duvall.
Let me tell you something about Bria Hartley. She started to become on everybody's hit list. She started to become like that Dylan Brooks of the WNBA.
She is.
She pulled Angel hair. You know what I'm saying? They had her son lying on her son and stuff. And now she doing this to Skylar Diggins. And then she had another incident just recently. So I ain't gonna get on Bria Hartley today. We got that for another video.
Right.
But now exhibit B. Exhibit B.
Here we go. Let me pause it and make it bigger. Hold on a second, y'all. The Exhibit B. I'm playing.
Just watch the lips. Just watch the lips. She can't help herself. She just crashing out. She can't help herself. She's just a fiery young lady.
She is very fiery. That's my girl, but she be on 10. She be on 10.
She telling the refs and everybody around her that shut the F up if you can't read lips.
That's what she be on
now,
10.
Now, let's go to the last exhibit.
Not the last exhibit.
Because you just be thinking, okay, she's just doing this towards the game, and she's doing this towards refs. She's doing this towards opponents. She can't be doing this towards teammates, right? Nah, not Skylar.
I'll play it. You ready?
I'm ready. Not Skylar. She ain't doing this towards teammates.
Arizona extra. It's the Mercury up 38-32 with under 3 to play here in the quarter, and a little extra testiness on the Mercury bench between Skylar Diggins Smith and Diana Taurasi. Oh, to be a fly on Turner's shoulder to hear that conversation.
Well, Diggins Smith, she's got 2 points. She's 1 of 4. She's got 5 assists and 3 rebounds. You know, she's so intense. And I don't know what was said, whether they're running the play or whatever. She did turn a lot of points inside. They've got 16 points in the paint. And Tina Charles has been inside. And you saw Shea Petty, and we're going to see a replay of Skylar Diggins getting up. And, you know, she's voicing opinion. I don't know what the play on the defensive end or whatever. But you have to respect both players.
You saw she was shaking like she had no Red Bull. She was like she had that Red Bull. She was ready to go.
So it's safe to assume that you agree with Alicia Clark's assessment that there were verbal altercations in the locker room. Now she did say, Duvall, it was due to her poor. You know, a lot of the altercations came from her poor play during the season. It just didn't work out between her and the Seattle Storm. You know, they drafted Alicia Clark, and she was essentially trying to come back home. But it didn't work out. And so she did say it was due to her poor play, but she just didn't like the way she was getting verbally abused
Mm-hmm.
inside the locker room by another teammate, and the coaches are just sitting there watching. So I guess they are complicit with whoever, because this is all allegedly. Nobody said Skylar Diggins was the one hooping and hollering at them. But however, they did say other teammates were hooping and hollering at them. And the only one I could see who could possibly be doing that would be Skylar Diggins. And Alicia Clark's problem is the coaching staff just standing there watching them get cussed out, essentially.
And that's the same.
That's the same thing Jude Lord said.
It was in that not that article that broke in all season, where Skylar Diggins cussing out teammates during practices and film study. Now that was in the investigation, not the investigation of WNBA, but in the investigation of the article that was by what's the lady name? Not Julia Pope, but Annie Costable, when she was a former Chicago Sky beat reporter. She reported the environment that Seattle had festered, and Skylar Diggins was in the middle of that too. So that's why the Twitter street said it was Skylar Diggins. I believe it was Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins is Queen Crash Out. Chris Paul is King Crash Out. And Bro Clark is God Crash Out. All three is just crash out people. They can't help themselves. They just got too much testosterone and emotions. They just need to go see Jesus, have a prayer, go see some therapy, talk to somebody. Stop crashing out on people. Stop yelling at people churn like you run them. You yell at your own churn. Don't be yelling at other people churn. But Skylar, if it is you, you got to go. They got to clean the locker room.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, Duvall, on a very real tip. Jewel Lloyd didn't just talk about herself. Jewel Lloyd talked about other people in the locker room who didn't feel comfortable stepping up, so she stepped up for them. So she took it on. She took it on to quote unquote blow the whistle, but she wasn't just talking about herself. She was talking about other teammates, and the locker room was essentially divided by whoever was on one side, whoever was on Jewel Lloyd's side, because she was a mainstay in that locker room for a long time. I will tell you this: at this particular juncture, Noel Quinn is the coach of the team. It's one thing to get cussed out by your coach. It's another thing to get cussed out by another teammate. Now, if you as a coach has empowered the leader of your team to do the cuss outs, everybody is not going to be receptive to that. I might be okay with my coach cussing me out, Duvall, if we working on a task. But if me and you are on the same level, you better not be up in there call yourself treating me like I'm a little girl. You must have lost your everlasting mind. So everybody ain't gonna take that cuss out and be like, okay, yeah, I did play bad today, but I'll take it. I'll just sit here and let you cuss me out in front of the whole team. No, some people ain't gonna take too kindly to that. You know, so it is what it is with Skylar Diggins. But the experiment, the crux of this whole thing, Duvall, is this: it hasn't led to a championship. Yep. Now this season is still going on, and maybe possibly it can by the end of it. But Skylar Diggins and Nneka Ogwumike was brought to Seattle to capture a championship, and if they don't, at the end of this season, like you said, I believe Noel Quinn is out, and that experiment has failed miserably. And though you gave the locker room over to Skylar and Nneka, it will go down as a failure.
I'm gonna say one last thing, then we're gonna be out when it comes to putting a bow on this video. They got a clean sweep. And I ain't just talking about with the coach. I'm talking about with the players too.
Mm.
Because now you are creating a hostile working environment. And at some point, somebody gonna sue. At some point, somebody gonna sue for harassment, hostile working environment, among many other things. I would even throw in negligence from the coaching staff who knew about these situations and never did anything to step in and to try to alleviate or to mediate these bad habits that's going on in these locker rooms. And so at the end of the day, they have a serious problem in Seattle. They have a leadership problem in Seattle. Just because you fiery and just because you speak your mind and you speak with passion and conviction, that don't make you a leader. Leadership is somebody that people want to follow because they believe in their vision. If people are doing the opposite and they just want to relocate and disengage and remove themselves from certain situations and environments because certain people personalities are being too overbearing for them to come to work in peace on a daily basis, that's not good. So, like I said, let me make this clear. It is alleged with Skylar Diggins. There's not any facts behind that Skylar Diggins. We're
Correct.
just saying we think it's Skylar Diggins based on Twitter or X feel like it's Skylar Diggins based on her history. And so when you got that type of history, your history precedes you. And so at the end of the day, this is not good for Seattle. They need the clean sweep. They need to get some adults in the room, and they need to get some people that can maintain true leadership so players can come to work and come to work in peace.
I agree. At the end of the day, Seattle got to clean this up because story after story coming out of the locker room is not good. Not good for any organization. But we about to get up out of here. Thank you for rocking with me, Duvall. Hey guys, hit the like button and always subscribe to the channel. Thank you for rocking with Cut the Ish. We out, Duvall.
Peace.
Peace.